Okay, welcome to our last tutorial in the Arts Council project. Here we're going to be doing some formatting of text properties, and that you're going to see some different things about how you can affect everything at one time or just specific elements. So let's get started. We're going to open up the index file, and I'm going to go to the CSS Designer. And right now we have a choice between all and current, so we're going to leave it as all right now. So let's go to exactly where we need to be, which is the body in here. And it tells us that we want to change the font family. So these are the different icons that you can use. So this is layout, this is text, so we want to use the text one. And we want the font family. So I'm going to click over here, and it tells us that we want the one that begins with Gotham and ends with sans serif. So here is Gotham, and it ends with sans serif. That takes care of that. And you can see that the font has actually changed slightly. So let's go down. That's page 32 that we're working on in here. I'm on 33 now. We're going to click the current button, as it tells us. And once you click on something in the design window or live window and you click on current, it brings up exactly that. So this is all, brings up everything. This is current. So right now we're working strictly on the body. So we're going to go into design view. And we're going to click on the word Spring Art Festival. And that you can notice down at the bottom, you see, again, all the tag selector, category, and H2. Let's go to the kids workshop. And again, from the last one, category H2. And again, category H2. So now we're in this over here. We're going to click on current to make sure that we want it. And we have category H2 that's already there. We are going to change the text properties. First thing that we're going to do is change the size. So we need to go to text. And there we go. And here is the size, font size. Click over here. We want to go to 20 pixels, so we're going to choose PX. And in here, we're going to choose 20. Just be careful. If you delete it, you can just type in the PX afterwards. So we can do 20 PX. Boom. And now that works just fine. And one other thing that's actually not in the book is the ability to do the text align. I kind of like headings to be text aligned in the center. So why don't we just click on center? And you can see everything gets done at one time. If you don't like it, change it back to whatever you like. That's page 33. We're on 34 now. And we have the color swatch, so we're going to change the color itself. Here is the color here. And what it wants us to do is use the eyedropper, and we're going to go to the logo image, and we're going to choose the dark blue color. So let's click on the eyedropper. And let's choose the dark blue color. Did not seem to take. Let's try that one more time. There we go. And let's go down to the dark blue color. And if that's not dark enough, you can always adjust it over here. You can even adjust it down over here. So you have different options that you can do. Once you choose what you like, click on OK, and notice they all change automatically. So that's good over here. We just finished page 34. So now we're going to be on page 35. So we will be changing the footer to a different font size and a different color. The footer is down at the bottom, which is here. So I'm going to click in here. And it did not like that. Let's try this one more time. There we go. And notice you have footer and then you have the P over here. So what we want is the footer P. I'm back. You may have heard my phone ring. I forgot to put it on vibrate. So now we're back in there. Sorry for any delay that we had in here. So we need to go and do the footer, which is going to be they want to do the font size and the font color. Color just happens to be here first. So let's change that. It wants us to be white. And here's an easy way to do it. We could click on hex here and type in FFF. But I'm just going to drag this up here, and that did that for us. Hit the enter key, and let's go to font size, and over here, and I'll just change that to 11, which I think is a little bit small, but we'll leave it at that. If you can adjust it any way that you like. So it tells us to save all files, so let's do that. And we're going to format the navigation links. So if you look at our navigation links, these are links here as well. And they're underlined. And here, so we're going to go back into live view so you can see how this works. So notice that things are different in live view than they are. So don't be concerned about that. When you go in design view when you're working, just if you're a little concerned about something, just go back into live view. So we're in live view now. We're going to click on adult classes. That is everything that is in page 36. Now, one thing I want to mention, the book tells us that they want the links, all of the links, to be in black with no underline. That is just the top links anyway. Then the links in the actual sections there, they want them to be bold using the logo color and no underline. So we're going to be able to do all of the links in one time as far as the underline, but we'll have to set the colors and the bold individually, which is very easy to do in here. So I'm on page 37. So we're going to go to the A selector. Now notice that will select everything here and everything that's affected by the A selector. So let's take this here and we're going to get rid of the text decoration and we're going to make it none. So notice the underlines. As soon as I click on this and hit the enter key, they're gone. Oops. Now they're gone. So we have that here. That takes care of all of the links up top and the more. So that takes care of page 37. We are obviously now on page 38. So the top navigation, the home, the special events, kids workshop, and adult classes, they want that to be in black. Well, it happened again. You probably heard the phone go off. So apologies to that. But we'll get through this in here. So we're going to do the nav A and we're going to change the color to black and the font size to 20. So we need to click on nav A. And we'll change the color to black. And actually change the color to white, which was not too bright. So let's go back down and do black. Now we have black. And you might want to make them Italian. You might want to make them something else over here. Then it's the font size is going to be 20. So let's change the font size. Okay, so that takes care of this. And we're going to click the word more down at the bottom so we can take care of those. And now we have category, paragraph, and anchor. We want to make the font weight bold. And it also wants us to change the color. So we're going to click on our color. We're going to click on the eyedropper. And we're going to click on the color here. And if you don't like that, you can change it to any other thing that you like. The color from the client's logo. You can take any color that you want. I'm not a big fan of this color, but that's okay with me. So then we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go up to the top links. So we're going to click over here. And we're going to change both the actual link itself, and then we're going to change the hover. So what we want to do is we want to click on Nav A, not the hover. This means whenever you hover over the mouse, over the item, it's going to change. So we want to get a background image. So we need to go to background. And we will find the actual background image, which is here. We're going to click on Palette Fade and click on OK. Now, obviously, we need to get rid of that background repeat. So let's do repeat none. Then it's going to want us to do the background positioning in there. So I'm on the bottom of page 39. And moving over to 40. So we're going to do the background for the X is going to be right, and then center for the Y. So we need to do the background position. As soon as I find it. There it is, background position. First one is right, and the second one is center. That takes care of that. Now we need to do the hover. I tend to call it hoover, but it's really actually hover. You're hovering over something in here. So what they want to do is change the actual image when you're doing that as well. So what we're going to do is change the background image here to, let's just get the hover, which is not set. So let's go here and change it to the full. Then we will go to the background position and do the same settings, right and center. And let's see what else they want. So we're going to do no repeat. And then we're going to test it. Okay, that takes care of everything that we need to do. So once we go into live view, if I put my mouse over it, you can see that it's not working, which means I have done something wrong. There we go. Let's click again, and boom. Now, it's not working here because I haven't made that active. Now it's making active, and boom. Save everything. And that's it for this tutorial. So the last thing we're going to do, actually it's not it for this tutorial, we're going to export to site. Then I'm going to do some housekeeping in files. So let's go and export to site. So we need to go to Site, Manage Site. And we want to do this one here. We're going to Click on Export. And we're going to change it to where I'm currently working on. Click on Save. Boom. Now once I refresh this, oops, click on Done. Notice that it's there. So I'm going to create a couple of folders. Now it's always a good idea to click on the site itself to create the new folder. First one's going to be CSS. And the second one will be PSD. That's a Photoshop file. Going to refresh so they're in order. And I'm going to move the Photoshop file over into the Photoshop directory. And I'm going to move the CSS styles. Now we're going to get a warning because we have things attached to it. And we're going to change that to CSS. And we will update. And we're good to go. That's it for this tutorial, for this module. Hope it was very informative for you, and looking forward to our next module.